Hey everyone, Jamie here. Welcome back to my channel. In my last video, we talked about how to create a plan for your money for once you get paid. We discussed getting a list of any income sources you might have for the month, as well as any fixed expenses, variable expenses, and debt and savings goals you might have. Then you were going to plan on how much you're either going to contribute or spend on each of those items. So now let me take you to my computer so I can show you how to enter in your monthly transactions in the monthly manager spreadsheet. So for this video, I just created a scenario where this person's making $72,000 a year. They also expect to get some interest income of $20 and some credit card rewards of $40. They listed all their fixed expenses as well as their variable expenses and their debt and savings goals for the month. When you're filling this out for yourself, on your income, I'd always try to plan for a little less than what you're actually going to make, and on your expenses, I always try to plan a little bit more than you're actually going to spend. That way, hopefully, you'll have some money left over at the end of the month to put towards more debt and savings goals. So as you can see, I already entered in the income, their first paycheck for the month of $3,000. Now I'm going to go ahead and enter in their payroll taxes, their health insurance, and their dental insurance, as well as their work retirement contribution, as all of that comes out of their paycheck. So I'll go ahead and enter those in now and I'll be right back. All right, you'll see for the payroll taxes, health insurance, and dental insurance, I use fixed expenses for each of those because that's what we listed it under. And then for the work retirement contribution, it was listed under debt and savings goals. So that's why we entered that there. And I put in all the amounts. So as you'll see, they automatically update all the actual categories for you. So as you see, after we entered in all those transactions, they have $2,005 left over for them to put towards their bills until they get their next paycheck. So we're going to go ahead and pay their rent because that's due at this time. So it's just a fixed expense, then rent, and then that's $1,500. And then all their other fixed expenses are due after their next paychecks. We're not going to worry about any of those. So now we're going to do some variable expenses. So we're going to put aside $200 for groceries for the next 2 weeks till they get paid again. We're going to go ahead and put away some money for fuel. We're also going to put away some money for dining out and entertainment. So we'll just go variable expense, dining out, and then here we'll just do half of it. And then same thing with entertainment, 50. So we still have $55 left over. So now we're going to see where we want to put that money. So to equal the $55, we're going to go ahead and just pay our 24-hour fitness early and our renter's insurance early as well. So we're just going to enter in that. Again, those are just fixed expenses. So we just go fixed expenses and 24-hour fitness and $30 there. And then we're going to do our renter's insurance. So fixed expense, renter's insurance, and $25 there. So now we have $0 left over till we get paid on our next paycheck. So now they got their next paycheck, and instead of entering these all over again, you can just go ahead and copy these. So we're just going to go here, we're going to go copy, and then down here and paste, and it automatically loads it all in again, so you don't have to enter it in twice. So now again, we have $2,005 left over. I'm going to go ahead and account for all the other fixed expenses and variable expenses, and we'll see where we're at after I do that. All right, you can see that we paid our car insurance, which is actually a little bit less than what we planned for. Netflix, Spotify, our auto insurance, our telephone payment with Verizon, our internet bill. We went ahead and put $100 towards personal care, $50 towards medical expenses, $100 towards auto maintenance. And none of these categories we actually use this month, but we put it into our savings, so when those things do come up, we'll have that money saved up every month for those items. Our utilities came in at $94.50, so a little bit less than we planned for. And then for our groceries, we only spent $75.86 one week and then $98.50 the other week, so we actually had a little bit of savings there for the month. Same thing with our dining out. We only spent $40 one weekend, then $27.50, and entertainment, we only spent $25. We went out one more time during the month. So let's look at how those ended up. So again, there we saved a little bit of money on our dining out and entertainment for the month. And then same thing with fuel. They went ahead and spent the $100 that we saved earlier in the month, and then they also spent another $37.50 and $45.86. Then we also had our interest income of $19.86 for the month, as well as credit card rewards of $35. So that leaves us $909.17 for the rest of the month to put towards our debt and savings goals. So they do want to go traveling, so we're going to go ahead and this is a debt payment, and they're going to go on the travel funds. We're going to put $200 towards that. And then also they wanted to save for the holidays, so we'll go ahead and do that. And we're going to put a little bit more than $49. We're going to go ahead and put $60 towards that to get a little bit ahead of the game. And then same thing with the emergency fund. Whoops, debt payment, emergency fund, a little bit more towards that. We're going to put $100 there. Now let's see how much money we have left over. We have $549.17 left over to put towards our credit card bills. So we're going to go ahead and do that with our last payment for the month as a debt payment, credit card payment, and I think it was $549.17. So we're going to go ahead and put in $549.17. And there you go. We've accounted for every single dollar that we made for the month. So now that we've accounted for every dollar that we've made, you should have $0 left over to spend. Again, if you're new to this whole system, I'd recommend entering in your monthly transactions on a daily basis. Then you'll be able to see how much money you're actually spending every day on each of these items. What I would highly recommend is using the extra money you have to pay off any high interest debt you have first. I would do this before even going on any trips and things like that. If, for example, this person would put all their money towards their debt, they could have put an additional $360 towards their debt. That might get them to get that paid off that much earlier, and then they can start putting that $549 they're putting towards their debt to other fun things in their life or savings goals that they have. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the dashboard. So this will show you how much you planned for and how much you actually spent and the difference. So all the actual expense items were lower than anticipated, which was good. While the debt payments it shows a negative number, but that's good. That means you're paying off more debt, as well as the savings goals. You're putting $50 more towards your savings goal. So that's a good thing. So the negative numbers in those are a good thing. And then here it shows you your percentage of your income, how much each of these expenses are. So this person's housing expense is 27.7% of their income. Their auto expense is 9.87%, while their personal expenses is 12.75%. Their discretionary is 9.21%. They're paying 10% of their income is going towards paying off debt. 1.65% is going towards savings goals. 5% roughly is going towards their retirement. 25% is going towards their taxes. So you can use this to see where you're maybe spending more money on certain categories than you should, and you could try to find out ways you can try to lower those expenses to make it a less percentage of your income. That's it for today's video. Again, thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, if you could please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, I'd greatly appreciate it.
It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.